Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's me, Eric, one of the education specialists here at Eastern Banks Learning and Life Center, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm just going to be talking about, as you saw in the first clip, I went to Lowe's, and I purchased some like early spring, still cold weather crops that you can grow in the cool weather. Hopefully, I'm sure we'll get another frost, but hopefully by that time the plants have matured, and I'm going to actually use that green tarp that I said in the previous video that we should have used for the Chinese cabbage. I'm going to try to use more of that to protect the plants. So before we get into the video, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, share this video, and don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified of when we drop new videos. So let's talk about all of the seeds that we're going to be planting right now in this cool weather that we still have. Okay, so let's start off with the seeds that we just purchased. Okay, so like I said, I went to Lowe's just now and purchased a few seed packets, and I wanted to show you guys. So these are all frost hardy, crops that you can grow during the cool weather. And these are crops that really like cool weather. They don't really like the heat. So I wanted to try to get some of these started as seedlings and get them planted out by mid-February while we still have good cool weather, so that, we'll be able to harvest them. So to start off, we have, this is no, not that one, my bad. We have pak choi, toi choy. We purchased this. This is like the second time we've grown pak choi. We've grown pak choi earlier this fall and harvested it, and I think we harvested about 10 pak choys and delivered them to different families. So that was a nice win, because the last time we tried to grow pak choi, we didn't really meet the mark. I feel like we grew it. The last time we grew it was 2022, like earlier last year. It's like we started to grow it when it needed to be grown, but we missed the mark of as far as like putting it outside in the ground. And then by the time that happened, it was already starting to get hot, and you know how that goes. Everything dies. But yeah, so the pak choi. We're in Georgia, 8B, zone 8B, I believe. And for the pak choi here, anytime that you want to know where you can plant, not where, but when you can plant, you look on the back of your seed packet. It should have a picture, or it should be able to provide more information on the location of where you are compared to the month that the plant would like to, grow. And for the pak choi, it says January to April, which are still in that time frame, and then July to September. Again, pak choi likes cool weather. All right, so now we have the Catskill Brussels sprout variety. Personally, I don't really like Brussels sprouts, but I know Brussels sprouts is related to cabbage. They're just smaller cabbage heads. So I do want to try testing out our ability to grow this crop. Again, this crop likes to be grown February to March, July to August. So in those months of when it's cooler and not too hot. Well, July, August is normally hot. So I guess Brussels sprouts are able to, jump between different weather types. It says start seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last killing frost in the spring. So we'll start these 6 to 8 weeks. We'll probably start these the first week, second week of February, March, April. Because our last frost is sometime like that third, fourth week of April. This is just guessing because there's no telling if it may be sooner or later. There's no telling, but roughly it'll be like the third, fourth week of April for us. So starting most of these crops out in February will be a good timeline because they take a long time and to mature into seedlings. So we want to provide them enough time as much as they need. Third variety is the green sprouting Calabrese broccoli. So again, if you have not watched one of our previous videos either on YouTube or TikTok, which is Project Grape on TikTok, we showed you that we did have some broccoli plants growing and we did transfer one of them into the farm stand, one of the farm stands that we have at the school garden. However, it didn't make it, but I was happy to know at least we got it to its seedling stage. So I'm really excited to eventually, and fingers crossed this year, in the next few months, we will be harvesting our first ever broccoli grown at one of our gardens. So I can't wait for that moment. The next variety is early snowball Y cauliflower. We've tried to actually grow cauliflower before. It just never works out. I'm not sure if it's the wrong temperatures that we provided, not enough light, not enough water, just not the right time frame for growing it. I don't know, but we're gonna do our best to grow it in the next few weeks, and we're gonna bring you in that process, so that we can actually plant cauliflower, get it to reach maturity, harvest it, and show you that process. All right, again, we have another broccoli. This is the Waltham variety. And we have another kale. So normally the kales that we grow are dinosaur kale, the dinosaur Lacento kale, and the blue dwarf curled kale. Those are the only two varieties that we normally grow. So I wanted to try this variety, which is the red Russian kale. The veins are like a reddish purplish color, and it's more leafy than either the dinosaur or the blue dwarf. This is like a more leafy lettuce type of kale. So I'm really excited to grow this. Most of the kale at the school garden and the community garden has died due to that frost. We've grown kale during a frost before, and it hasn't died like this. But I think most of the kale plants have died. So all I'm gonna do is just remove them by the base by cutting them. I might just have the students do that when we get back in session. But just removing them by cutting the base of the plant and putting it in a pile, and I'll take it to the community garden to put it in the compost system that we have. And I really want to try to grow celery. I've been wanting to try growing celery with the students for a very long time. These are non-GMO seeds on all the packets that I'm showing you guys. And I really want to try growing them. This is the Tall Utah 527 OR Improv celery variety. So also, if you didn't know, you can actually grow celery from the stalk that you buy at the grocery store. All you do is cut, I would say, at least 4 to 5 inches from the bottom of the celery stalk. Put in some water for a few, I'll say about 2 weeks, and roots should start to develop. Or you can literally cut the bottom of your celery stalk and put it in some soil, water it, and provide it enough sunlight throughout the day, at least 6 to 8 hours, I would say, and you would have a new celery plant growing. I tried that before, but it was too close to the winter time and it didn't work out, but you can do that. And for the last seed packet that we purchased today is the Rocket Salad Cultivada de Horta. Horta? Yeah. It's like I would say related to like, it looks similar to arugula, like a leafy vegetable that you could put in salads, of course. Yeah, and this likes to be grown January to April and July to September. So these are all the packets that we purchased today. And some of the other varieties of plants that I would like to grow for this cool season before we get into spring and summer, before the heat starts to come, are the Chinese cabbage. This is the Michihili variety. This is, again, Napa cabbage. The Napa cabbage turned out so great, but that frost killed all of them. We had at least 15 Napa cabbage plants growing to full maturity, and they were creating the heads like you see here. Like, they were creating those heads, but that freeze just killed all of them, and that was so sad because we were this close, literally this close to harvesting them. But you know, you live and you learn. Do we have any more of these things? We don't have any more of these things, I don't think. These are the artichoke plants. Well, artichoke seeds. Yeah, we don't have any more. Okay. We did plant some, but they died. I'm not too sure if in our zone, artichokes can become perennial. But it says here on the packet, in cold climates, grow as an annual. But it can be a perennial in USDA zone 7 to 10. So I wonder, even though they died off, will they still come back as a perennial in our zone? Because they were growing, they were like, at least, I would say they were that tall before they died. So maybe, fingers crossed, I will show you guys if they come back in spring, because we planted at least 10 of them. And you know, artichokes, they get very big, they grow very wide, and they produce that flower that you can harvest before it opens. And that's what you eat. You're literally eating a flower. So hopefully we get some more of those. I'm just gonna throw this packet away. We don't need it anymore. Or should I keep it? I'll keep it just in case we need some of those facts. We're gonna grow more Swiss chard. The Swiss chard grew so beautifully this year. We're gonna grow this kohlrabi, a purple Vienna. We did plant some, but they never grew out in the garden. So we're gonna plant those. This is another Brussels sprout variety. This is the Long Island Improved. I believe this is a taller variety. The other variety I showed you, I don't think these are dwarf. Cabbage-like flower abounds from the numerous tender, small heads of the Catskill Brussels sprouts. Heads grow to be 1 to 2 inches across. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't think these are dwarf. I think both of them are fairly tall varieties. These are flowers that I want to grow more of with the students. Poppies, the Orange California variety. We did have some out in the garden by the kale, but I think they're dead. And then we have this burgundy. We only have a few seeds of these. Yeah, we only have like 4 seeds of the burgundy broccoli. So I do want to. These 4 seeds, we have to make sure that they grow to full maturity and produce a nice broccoli head, because these are so beautiful. Like, this is why I purchase seeds like this, seed packets like this, to show students that, again, not only can you purchase food from the grocery store that's normal color, like your red, orange, yellow, green fruit and vegetables, but there are other colors of vegetables out there, like burgundy, deeper reds, deeper purple varieties of vegetables that you normally eat on a daily basis that you can purchase in a seed packet and grow yourself. So yeah, those are all the varieties of plants that we're gonna start to grow in the next few days, and take you on the journey of growing them and planting them out in the garden with the students. Fingers crossed that everything works out, that we provide the right amount of nutrition as far as fertilizer. We did purchase more seed starting mix instead of using like regular soil, just so that the seed has a nice comfy home to grow. We are going to be doing more cleanup in the greenhouse, and our sessions with the students will be starting, I would say, roughly about the second week of February. And so we'll bring more of the interactions with the students, viewpoints from the students' perspective on our channel. So make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and we will see you guys later in the garden. Bye.